Morning, everyone. Happy Monday to the Tea Tribe, and happy Monday to you, Mr. Courtney Revolution. How you doing on this bright Monday?
Hey, good morning, Alex. Good morning, Tea Tribe. Welcome to the morning tea. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's Monday, so those Monday wake ups are a little bit harder, a little bit tougher, but we're here and we're ready to spill that tea because we have a lot of tea to spill. But good morning to the Tea Tribe. Of course, let us know where you're watching from because we love to hear about all the awesome places you're watching from because sometimes they're a lot more cooler than we are, literally, weather and figuratively.
Listen, it doesn't really matter where in the world you are. You can always get a little bit of tea. Bam.
Exactly. So, Courtney, how was your weekend?
Honestly, my weekend was very good and peaceful. Normally, Alex, I go live on my own channel on Sundays to talk about pop and do all of that, but I didn't. I wanted to spend time with my boyfriend, so I uploaded like a Q&A video instead. So I actually had, for once, a full weekend of no work. Fun.
Good for you. It's important to take time for yourself always. I know we talk about self-care and all of that and spending time with friends and family and just resetting. So I'm glad you did that. Took a little time for yourself, Courtney.
Yeah, what did you do this weekend, girl?
You know what I did, Courtney? I caught up on the show Love on the Spectrum. Absolutely.
Oh, that's my show, girl. That is my show.
So heartwarming. I love every single cast member on the show. I'm only on episode 3, so I still have some time to go. Yesterday, I went to Manhattan Beach, had a little beach day. I'm burned all over, and I don't normally burn, but it was that overcast kind of, day where you get extra burn.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I'm dealing with a little sunburn, but it's okay.
I have a question. I'm not a beach girl. What do you like to do at the beach? Are you like a barbecuer at the beach? Are you a volleyballer at the beach? I'm a hide under the umbrella / play music in the car kind of beach person.
That's the last one. I love a little tan. We actually went with some friends that have kids, so they were like playing in the water and doing kid things. So no, just a little music, a little sun, a little tan. I can't handle too many hours either because, after a while it gets a little boring. You got to get home, but you need some beach, some outside time. So we had it and it was great. And of course we were safe, everyone, and did our social distancing, but we need to get outside, a little Sunday fun day in the sun. So it was necessary. Yeah.
Breathe it on in, girl.
Some outside air can do wonders, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We have some people visiting and watching from Vermont, from High River, AB. Interesting. I don't know where that is. Emmy says, I love Manhattan Beach. Yes, it's one of the most beautiful beaches. If you haven't been there, check it out. Where else is everyone watching from? Oh, Gabby is a lay on a towel and tan person at the beach. I feel ya, Gabby. I'm the same person. Yes. Jessica says, I'm waiting in the water at the beach. LOL. Oh, waddling. I think that's waddling. Good morning, Greece. Oh, I see our girl Mika from Nebraska. I think we need a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tia. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Monday to Mika. You know it's always nice to meet you, girl. And we're happy to have you here on Monday.
Yes, good morning. Happy Monday, Miss Mika. We are so excited, of course, to have you and the rest of the Tea Tribe. We have someone from Chicago, Illinois, from the Dominica, not DR. Oh, okay. We have someone from Portugal, from Lake of Ozarks, Missouri, Elaine. Ooh, that's interesting.
Shout out to Missouri.
Yes, I love all these different places everyone's watching from. Lady T Joy says, I like to bring snacks and sit there and eat the whole time. Ooh, yeah, we had some snacks yesterday. Necessary. I like to stay until I have a run out of food and feel I will need more dinner soon. I hate the sand touching, but I love the beach. You know, I'm not really a sand person either. So it's interesting I was at the beach.
Because you got to be careful because you bring that in the house, girl, or it's all in your car for a minute, girl. Exactly. It gets a little messy.
It gets messy all over. Oh, Alante says, I'm the type to sit in the car with the AC while being on my phone, LOL. Oh, at the beach. Just have a view of the beach. That's my kind of style, too. I like that. Jen is from Niagara Falls, Canada. Annabelle's coming from Tel Aviv. Oh, beautiful. Maribel's from Miami, Florida. We have someone from Maryland. McCall says she had anxiety this weekend and continued to stay inside. Hey, listen, whatever works for you. Yeah, you got to be safe. So if that makes you feel better, then stay inside. But a good fresh air, of course, helps a little bit now and then. Deshanti says she's from Dominica. Oh, Chanel is from Dominica as well, Deshanti. You got a little twin T-Tribe member.
We got the Dominica Divas here watching today. Shout out to Dominica. Bam, Dominica.
Yes. Lagos Island, Nigeria. Just to let you know how far the internet travels. Yes, the internet goes many different places. That's what's so amazing that we are coming from our homes, but we can literally bring you the tea to anywhere in the world. It's amazing. Amazing.
Yay.
All right. Well, let's talk about what we have on the show today. Because we have a lot to tea to spill. Of course, Justin and Hailey Bieber are testing out Parenthood, and it's making us say OMT. It's also making The Rock give some predictions. So make sure to stick around for that later in the show. Today, we're also talking about Brandy and Monica coming to Verzuz. That's pretty cool. Courtney, I can't wait to hear your reaction to that. Then let's talk about what it's like to celebrate 22 for Sofia Richie. And let me just tell you, it's not the normal average 22-year-old birthday, but of course, makes sense. T-Tribe, who's celebrating a birthday today? If you are, let us know in the chat what you're doing. Maybe you share a birthday with Sofia Richie. Let us know. Also, JoJo is dropping Tory Lanez in the deluxe version of her album. This is some interesting news update, but pretty feel good about this decision. Then Ellen DeGeneres is spotted by the paparazzi, but she may have a message for her fans, so stay for that later in the show. Plus, of course, our couples Thera-Tea and our Kiki Time. We have a packed and messy Monday, so I think it's about that time. Courtney, pour up that water. Let's spill that tea because there is so much to talk about. What kind of tea are we having this morning?
I got some nice and lean green, girl.
EMI in the chat, or Emmy maybe, is saying, oh my God, Sofia is still only 22. I literally thought the exact same thing. I couldn't believe that she's only, I kind of forgot that she's 22 because Scott is 37. I mean, it was crazy. Ooh, Lady Venom says me, I'm working, but happy birthday to me.
Shout out to Lady Venom.
Yes. Amazing. All right. Well, let's turn to You Missed It. These are all the stories, of course, you may have missed over the weekend. And up first, we're talking about Lori Loughlin and her sentencing, and does it fit the crime? So Lori Loughlin, if you didn't catch this news, she was sentenced to 2 months in prison on Friday. So she must also serve 2 years of supervised release, perform 100 hours of community service, and pay a fine of $150,000. The sentence was part of an accepted plea deal in the college admission scandal. Lori admitted her role in pretending her daughters were competitive rowers in order to get them into USC. Survivor and The Amazing Race star Eliza Orlin slams the leniency of the sentence. Courtney, do you think her sentence fits the crime? How do you feel about this?
I'm not surprised at all. Lori Loughlin is a rich, white, beloved actress from Full House. So, of course, she wasn't going to get the book thrown at her, which she deserved to have chucked at her smiling head. This isn't really appropriate in my opinion. I think that her and her husband deserve to be thrown in the cell and locked up in the pods. But you know how the legal system works. I just want to say this. I know for a fact we can call it a speculation, not confirmation, just to be fair and professional. But I would very much like to express that if that were Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, they would be locked up. And this will be a whole different story. So I'm not excited. I'm not surprised. But this, unfortunately, is the world that we live in, where even if I don't make it a race thing, Alex, the court systems will. So how you feel about it? Do you think that Lori should have stayed locked up in the tombs, girl?
I think this does not fit the crime at all. To be completely candid, I graduated from USC. I worked very, very hard to get into USC, and this just kind of poo-poos all that time that I worked to get into it, if someone can just pay to get into it. However, I will say that, USC doesn't have the best reputation about people going there that may not necessarily be have gotten in themselves, have donated or other ways. So this is not so surprising to me that this happened. However, I do think that the sentence does not fit the crime. And it's just unfortunate that this is how they handled it, because this was fraud. There's a lot to do with this, but it's so unfortunate. And I want to bring up the note. Yeah.
You go ahead, Alex. You go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, it is so crazy how someone's life can be changed in an instant. We know Lori as Aunt Becky, and she was, America's sweetheart, so to speak. And it's crazy how if you do wrong, karma will find you and the law will find you. And it just makes sense that no one is above, or just reiterates the point that no one is above the law. And it's crazy how your life can just change overnight if you do the wrong thing. But I think that this doesn't fit the crime at all.
I agree. Bacon Pancake is saying, y'all know she isn't the only one who does this, and she needs to be an example. I feel the same way. Now, she got, Lori Loughlin got 2 months, and I believe her husband got 5 months. I feel like they should have gotten both 4 years for each of the years for what's her name, Olivia Jade, Lil Niece, to go to school. I feel like that's fair. Y'all were paying for her. Y'all were scamming to get her into a 4-year school, right? So y'all should go to jail for 4 years. That's just my opinion, in case y'all were wondering what is a better suited sentence. If I were a judge, which thank God I'm not, because y'all will be locked up, I feel like 4 years is definitely appropriate. Maybe if she were very nice and baked cookies the entire time she was there, maybe she could get out 1 month before the 4 years. Maybe good behavior. Mm-hmm.
Jessica Francis, Evelyn Key. What a beautiful name, Jessica. They basically got away with a slap on their hand, shake my head, hashtag no justice. I agree. I think that this was just kind of a slap on the hand. And if they didn't get caught, Olivia Jade could have been attending USC for 4 years without being, a competitive rower, without getting in, academically. So this is just not right, and it's very, very upsetting to me. But it's Brittany says now didn't they request to have them serving separate times and not together? Yeah, I feel that happened with Real Housewives of New York, Teresa. Yeah, Teresa and Joe. I think when you have children, sometimes they request to serve at different times so one parent can be there. So I understand that, but it's just crazy. Danny says Olivia was involved in the scam too. She should be charged as well.
Well, Alex, I wasn't even trying to go there, but they definitely have heard me say that before in the past. I definitely. I also don't care about Olivia Jade being a grown woman at this point and not having her parents around. Lock them up and throw away the key. If she don't have them, then she doesn't have them. Lots of kids have their parents murdered and locked up, and they carry on every single day. So Olivia Jade and all of her money will be fine, in my opinion.
No, I hear you. I think that there is a point, having involvement in it, there should be someone should be reprimanded for that. I don't know how they would handle it, but it's just unfortunate, all of it. And it kind of, it just upsets me. But let's move on to some upcoming news. More on a happier note, Brandy and Monica are coming to Verzuz. The announcement came through the Verzuz Instagram. It's happening next Monday, August 31st at 5 p.m. Check out this announcement. I love it. The post received a lot of fire emojis. Everyone's very, very excited. Brandy and Monica also teased the upcoming Verzuz battle on their respective Instagram pages, with Brandy calling it #history. Thank you, Monica Denise and Verzuz TV, for making this happen. Let's celebrate. Monica reiterated Brandy's positive sentiments about the collab, saying, "This will be historical. It's an honor at Brandy." Then, in a subsequent post, she wrote, "What songs would y'all like to see us bring to Verzuz TV? Celebrating these catalogs is for the culture with love. From young women to adult women, we've been with y'all. Name the songs you love." So, Courtney, are you excited for this? Tell me.
Yeah. Honestly, this has been probably one of the only ones, girl, out of two, I would say, that I've been excited for. I feel like when you think of like pop culture battles, you think of like Britney and Christina, Brandy and Monica, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. So like, give us one of the iconic ones. Who do you think is gonna come out on top, Alex Schiffman? I'm not too sure, because I was a fan of both growing up. The Boy was neither of theirs because The Boy was actually mine. So I felt like I didn't really have to choose.
Wait, Courtney, I would just watch the video before we went live because I wanted to freshen up on The Boy Is My Music video and just get excited. It starts with Brandy watching Jerry Springer. Do you remember that?
I did not remember that.
Brandy is on a chair and she turns on a clip of the Jerry Springer show. I mean, how iconic is that? It's so
That's
random.
foreshadowing, girl, because they be fighting over men on Jerry Springer.
Exactly. But I didn't remember that fact. And I don't know, I will say, actually, I was equally a fan of both. I was going to say Brandy, but then, Monica, Angel Is Mine. I like, some of these songs that I belted my heart out to. So I would be happy with either winning.
You know what it is for me? You know why Brandy, I think, gets just one braid more of a win for me? Because I think a lot of people forget, or at least I remember growing up and seeing Moesha and being like, wow, Brandy. But like also, Monica has her legendary songs and her legendary moments. Brandy did her legendary songs and her legendary moments, and also was doing movies, and also was single-handedly carrying Moesha, and also like she was doing so many other things on top of the music and was still able to give us legendary. So that's kind of the only reason why Brandy gets just one good grade ahead of Monica, but they're both icons to me, both icons.
I agree. Like, part of me wants Brandy a little bit more, but I guess we'll just watch. I also love a fair fight, so maybe we'll watch it and then we'll just see who wins, the actual battle, like who deserves it.
Yeah.
I like to just go with that. Yeah. T-Tribe, let us know, who are you most excited to see? Music Lover says, I'm a bigger fan of Miss Brandy Norwood. Elaine says, bring the 90s back. I hear you.
And also, Alex, real quick, they said that they didn't want to do this maybe 3 weeks ago, but we know that Brandy just put out an album, and Monica, I think, also has something else to promote, and plus it doesn't hurt having her name out in the news because they trying to get C Murder out of jail. So just wanted to give y'all the see through the PR moment as to why all of a sudden Brandy and Monica may have just randomly woken up and decided to do this, because we definitely spoke about Verzuz weeks ago, Alex, and I brought up Brandy and Monica, and I definitely told y'all that they said they didn't want to do it unless it was a celebration. Now all of a sudden they got something to promote, and it's time to celebrate. I'm here for it.
So true. Good point, Courtney. That may very well be true. We know that nothing happens just to happen. Like, there's always something behind the scenes that we don't know about, but it'll still be super fun to watch, super nostalgic. So I'm excited to watch it because it'll bring back so many memories. Nike Moore says Brandy wins. McCall says, I had the Brandy Barbie with the braids. I loved her so much. Ooh, amazing. Yes. Danny said, yeah, because Monica was totally against this weeks ago. Danny's agreeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love it.
I'm glad
Karina says, Brandy has my vote. We got a lot of Brandy followers. Yes. Okay. Well, get this. We have another birthday in the house this week. Let us know, T-Tribe. I know we saw one birthday. Are there any more birthdays today? We want to wish you a happy birthday and let us know your plans. But someone who did share their plans was Sofia Richie. She got a head start on her birthday festivities in a private jet with her mom, her brother Miles, and slew of closest friends. Sofia documented every moment on her Instagram story, from boarding to clinking glasses in flight. And she captioned it, 22 feels good. And then thanks to Stassi, Kylie Jenner's BFF, the crew wore Sofia Turns 22 merch. You can check out all the merch. Remember, Stassi also had merch for her birthday. Look at Sofia's mom. Like, stunner. Like, I just absolutely love her. I also learned that Lionel Richie is 71 years old. And I couldn't believe that because he's, you know how good he looks. Sofia officially turns 22 today. We had a rare sighting of Nicole Richie at the place. Also, I saw in some photos and videos, they went to some, I don't know where they actually were, T-Tribe, if you know that. I don't know if they were in Mexico. They were by some beach. Maybe they went to
I saw.
Right? Caribbean.
Yeah.
We don't exactly know where they were, but somewhere remote, and they looked like they had a great time. Super jealous. Would have loved to been on that beach instead. How do you feel? Can you believe she's just 22 years old? Like, all these girls, they're so young.
I forget that like the big thing what's gotten Sofia was the age thing in the very, very beginning, but I also forget like exactly how young Sofia was. So when we get reminded like this and we see the photos and you really look at her, you're like, oh wait, she was kind of young. So their breakup kind of makes sense. I almost kind of was like trying to picture myself. I mean, not picture myself, girl. You know I'm broke. Picture Scott being in these pictures, like with all the matching and like he's on the plane, like he was supposed to be on the plane with all them girls like that. I just see him with some sunglasses on, kind of brooding in the last row of the plane. No?
Do you think, I thought it would be a little weird to see Scott in these photos also. I agree with you. Do you think it's interesting timing that the breakup happened right before her birthday? Like he just didn't really want to celebrate. Not that he didn't want to, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that happens sometimes in relationships, like before a birthday or before a big anniversary or celebration, people break up because they can't even go through emotionally that milestone.
You're smiling through somebody's face knowing that you don't even want them. You don't want to go through that.
Exactly. So I thought that was interesting too. I didn't realize her birthday.
Jersey Girl J, she's saying, finally catching alive. Well, welcome back, Jersey Girl J. She's saying, Courtney, thank you for pushing the manifesting your wants and dreams into the universe. My candle business is thriving. Much love, XOXO. Shout out to you, Jersey Girl J. I'm glad that your business is thriving, girl. Get them candles out. Girl. If you have a business, shout out to you and keep it going. We support you.
Yes. Manifesting Monday. We're all about that. We manifest every day, but Monday is a good alliteration, and I love a good alliteration. So, so happy Manifesting Monday, and shout out to you, Jersey girl. But shout out to Sofia. I mean, it seems like she had a great celebration. It was very, very nice for her to have her family and friends around her supporting her. I'm sure this time is very difficult for her, and she seems to be doing well. So good for her. Live your young life. Exactly.
Maybe she should date Noah Centineo.
Oh, okay. I'm here for that.
I feel like now it could be time for that now, since everyone kept being upset that she was 5 years old now. Now let her date somebody that's on her baseball field now, since y'all was so mad. Now let her date somebody that's her age. And I don't want her dating nobody that's older than 23 now. She needs to date one of these talkers that keep coughing at the parties. There she go. Since that's her age group, since she's so young, want to date someone her age.
I agree. She had the older man. She did that. And while no shade to that, I agree. I think she should be with someone more her age and let her live her 20s out and do the thing that she's supposed to do. Because, I'm sure that it definitely had to do with, when two people are in different places in their life, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
But let's get into this next news. After Meg Thee Stallion confirmed that she was indeed, sadly, shot by Tory Lanez, a fan said that they've heard he's not going to be on the deluxe version of JoJo's album, which is due out next Friday, August 28th. So JoJo tweeted in response, definitely took him the F off. Tory previously appeared on the banger Comeback feature on JoJo's latest album, Good to Know. Do you like that JoJo did this? Do you agree with this, Courtney? Do you think it was a good move?
Yeah. I thought I had mentioned this last week that JoJo had did this, but maybe I didn't, y'all. But I'm glad that she did this, because why would you want to support someone that's going to shoot anyone, let alone a woman, let alone a Black woman? And then on top of that, allow the internet to joke, meme, and berate her and blame it on her and call her a snitch and all of those things of the like. I would never have Tory Lanez on my project as well. So I totally get it. Shout out to JoJo. She told Tory to leave and get out. And it's too little too late. So
keep going. One more. Do we have any more? Yeah, I agree. I think that this was a very good move on JoJo's part. It's women supporting women. However, everyone, like we should say that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Not that I'm defending this at all, but I do agree that just having this bad PR around it, JoJo doesn't necessarily need to be supporting this man and his music or their collaboration at this time. So I think it was a good move. So Steve Tribe, let us know. Kristen says yes to JoJo. What a horrible person he is. Tiny Media says Tory Lanez with an eye roll emoji. Music Lover says y'all better be streaming JoJo's new album. Good to know. Yes. Danny says Kalani took him off of her song as well.
Good.
Yeah. Good.
I'm over it.
Yeah. Simply Simone says I'd rather have Meg on the song with her. That would be a
power move.
Yes. That would be a power move. All right. Well, speaking of power moves, Ellen DeGeneres says she'll be talking to her fans. So, Ellen surrounded by this scandal following accusations of fostering a toxic work environment in which producers engage in sexual misconduct and many other allegations. So the paparazzi spotted Ellen leaving a lunch in Santa Barbara. So I guess Ellen refused to comment on the 3 producers fired from her show amid the scandal. And Ellen told the paparazzi that she'll be addressing the allegations, saying, I will be talking to my fans. So that's all she said. Rumors have been flying that she may leave the show, with multiple people being considered. What do you think she's going to say to the fans?
Nothing that we care about. Alex, once again, I asked you the question. How Ellen went all these years and not know that her staff members was allegedly sexually assaulting people, telling people not to look at her? You mean to tell me that when Miss Ellen DeGeneres, the icon, the legend, just to preface this for the Ellen stans that will comment on this video, you mean to tell me that when Ellen walked back in that office, I don't know how it's set up, Alex, that she noticed that ain't no intern lift their head up from the computer, ain't no one turn around from the cubicle and say, oh, hey, Miss DeGeneres, what's going on? You mean to tell me she ain't never noticed that in all of these years? It's BS to me. I really, really want to take a moment and marinate before I just fully came out and said that I think that all of it is true, Alex. But just when you think about it critically, that part of it alone, right? You're saying you didn't know. Ellen, she had no idea. But you mean to tell me when she came back with the clunky white shoes and her suit on and she was disco dannying all over the office, or was she? Is that even her? You get what I'm saying? You mean to tell me when she came back there, she ain't noticed, ain't no one, you know how you in the office, Alice, and you might turn around, oh, good morning, oh, how you doing today? Yeah. You mean to tell me, Ellen, y'all, in your office, when your boss come in, you turn around and say hello. You mean to tell me Ellen ain't noticed, and all of them years she was out there, ain't nobody turned around and say hello, ain't nobody left no fruit basket, ain't no one felt comfortable to go knock on her door and say, hey, Ellen, I'm so sorry to bother you today, but I don't want to be dramatic. That's me. I don't want to be dramatic, but these things are going on. I don't know. I don't want to look you in the face, Mr. DeGeneres. Do you mean to tell me that ain't never happened, Alex? Now, come on now. Even y'all that watch Ellen every day of your lives cannot tell me that the situation I just gave y'all was unrealistic. It does not make sense for Ellen to sit up there and say she didn't know. So do you accept the apology? I feel like is more of the question, because I do not. Do you, Alex, and do you, T-Tribe?
Well, I think that she'll have to say much more than she didn't know, because that won't come off genuine. To answer your point and to echo your point, I think that it's whatever apology, and she's done these types of monologues where she addresses the camera. This is very normal for Ellen to do on different occasions where she's had to kind of, address the audience for, good and bad things. So I think it's going to have to be she's going to have to dig deep inside, and she's going to have to say things that she really, really, truly means. And she can't just say, I didn't know, because as a fan and the audience, they're going to want more than that. I think she's really going to focus on the be kind. If I can put my producer writing hat on, she's going to focus on that mantra, kind of not meaning anything anymore to the audience. And I think she'll kind of, I think, like I said, it just has to be more than I didn't know, because that won't come off genuine.
How about this, Alex? I'll say this. I think I could even be on board with, not agree, but I could be like, all right, I can expect that. If Ellen got up and sat in that chair and said, I really have dedicated myself to running the best brand that I could. I've always tried to run the tightest ship out of anyone in the entertainment business. And at some point, the technicalities of me running the ship got away from me. That's appropriate. I feel like that's a little bit of that's like kind of admitting it and being like, I also didn't know, but like also it is mine. But like it's gonna be like, I didn't know, and girl, let's push forward, and do you love me, and everyone in the audience gets a TV. Like, you get what I'm saying? I just don't want people to be I don't want them to fall for an apology that's masqueraded as just her, like her masquerading her saving her brand with an apology, because we just don't know if it's going to be genuine.
Right. Kristen made a good point. Which celeb would even go on her show after this? It will be interesting to see. Right. Katy Perry. We can name a few, but it would be interesting to see kind of how they program the show going forward. I'm sure some celebrities will feel a little weird, or hesitant to go on the show after this. I think we'll truly see who will stand by her and who will be there for her no matter what, whether this is true or not. It'll be interesting. That's a very good point. What celebrities will be on the show? I don't know. I definitely. I'll be waiting to hear it, because I'm interested to see how they do handle this. But it's so messy. It's so bad. But on that note, let's move on to some babies and marriages, some happier things we can talk about on this Monday morning, because it must be time for our couples Thera-Tea, because we have a lot to talk about today. First up, we're talking about Katy Perry and her giving birth to her first child any day now. She told an Australian newspaper, the Sunday Telegraph, how she has enjoyed spending the last few months in lockdown ahead of her daughter's birth. She said, quote, after I give birth, I'm going to do into another version of quarantine, which is motherhood. I'll be focused on that. I wasn't planning on touring directly after this record, but it seems like I'm staying home and everyone's staying home with me. So this is kind of funny because, this is basically maternity leave for other people that, when everyone is at work and in offices, people choose to take maternity leave. So it was kind of funny how Katy just said that she's doing an extended quarantine. What do you think about this, Courtney?
Shout out to Katy Perry. I'm not glad that she got pregnant while in quarantine, or that she's quarantined while being pregnant, but Katy Perry has been working a lot while she has been pregnant. So I'm just glad that she's going to take a break. Give us the album.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord it's coming. Give us the album. I really am curious. I'm a little bit excited to hear what she has to say. And then go and live your life and be a mother. I'm here for it. Just make sure you drop the tunes first, girl. Don't drop the baby before you drop the tunes.
Exactly. Yes. We need the album, and then you can enjoy the baby. No, but really, I feel like, every mother deserves this time off to have, to bond with the baby and spend time with your baby. You can never get back a moment like that. So I'm here for it. And it's just funny that we're all at home doing maternity leave too, kind of.
I feel like it, girl.
Except no babies running around. You know what I mean?
I got 2 babies.
Well, at least for you and I. However, Mom Tribe, I know, and we applaud you every single day, because I don't know how you work and take care of children and do all of that. I actually talked about that a lot this weekend, having friends that have children and just doing normal life through quarantine and having to take care of your children. It is so hard. I can't even imagine. So shout out to the Mom Tribe. But speaking of more babies, Lea Michele gave birth to her son. She has a new baby name. So people confirms that Lea Michele and her husband are first-time parents and named their son Ever Leo. A source told People on Sunday, everyone's happy and healthy and they're extremely grateful. Ever's been an easy baby so far. He entered the world on August 20th. Do you like the name Ever Leo, Courtney?
Alex, I hope that now that Lea Michele has had her baby, she will teach her child lots of things that she did not know growing up so that her child can become a popular person in society. That's how I feel about Lea Michele's baby's name. Do you like it?
It's interesting. I think everyone has the right to name their child whatever they want. The baby was born in August, so the Leo, that is its astrology sign. Mondays are hard, man. So I do appreciate that part about it. But it's an interesting name, Ever. I don't know if I would name my son that, but I agree with you. I think that some of the lessons that she may have learned over the past few weeks should be taught to her new son as well. And congratulations to her on her first baby. That's very exciting. But yeah,
Before we transition into Parenthood and Tea Time and get into the mess, if you were Lea Michele's partner, or if your partner was Lea Michele, what kind of advice would you give to your partner just based off of that? The reason why I'm asking is because Lea Michele was pregnant at the time. Do you think that maybe her partner said, girl, delete it all until the baby is here? Would you tell your partner to do that? Just stay away from it all, protect yourself from that?
I would, because, while you have a baby inside you, there are a lot of, complications that can happen. And I think the mother's mental state and I think when someone's going through a lot mentally, it can also cause, problems physically. And I think it's important to, that's exactly what I would say. I would tell my partner to just breathe, get through this. We'll deal with this after the baby is born. Because, at the end of the day, there is a real life inside of her, and just, for her mistakes the baby shouldn't be affected by that necessarily. The baby's health is how I would. But T Tribe, how do you feel about Ever Leo? Do you like that name? Feelings about Lea Michele aside, do you like the name? Would you name your son Ever Leo? Or what would you name your son if you had a new son
Wesley
coming up?
said, whatever, Lea Michele. I'm actually... Wesley, I have the most obnoxious laugh. I'm not trying to let out, but just know that, yes, whatever, Lea Michele. Now that's it. Now that's the name, girl. Ooh, we gonna get him in grade school. Whatever, girl. Whatever, bye.
Music Lover says, can't look at Lea Michele the same. Cute name, though. Oh,
same. That's exactly how I feel, girl.
Yeah. Oh, Hollyscoop, Leo, or whoever's chiming in thinks the name is iconic. It is a pretty iconic name.
I like our Leo. That's not about the only Leo I like. Is the one that hits it. Now he's lovely.
Leo's the middle name. Exactly. We love the middle name. But the first name ever isn't. That's right. Here we go. That makes sense. So this is Leo chiming in. Okay, here we go. We got it.
Wesley, so dumb. Whatever, Leo Michelle.
Leo Michelle. So good.
Woo, oh my congrats, Leah. Keep on singing.
Yes,
Reaching for the
congrats. Danny says, cute name. My son's name is Torian. Ooh, that's a cool name.
That name. Torian is
good. Very, very cool. Wendy A says, I have a Leo named Taylor, but I don't know about naming him Leo. Oh, you have a baby born in August. Awesome. Leos are great. The astrology sign, they're very loyal. They're very powerful. I think Leo is a great sign. And I'm not a Leo, but I know that it's a powerful sign. Okay. Let's move on for our astrology class to some Selling Sunset news. So attention, Selling Sunset fans. Listen to this. So one of the cast members, Mary Fitzgerald, married her French husband, Romain Bonnet. I think that's how it's pronounced, 2 years before their TV wedding. So Mary's wedding happened at the end of season 2. However, TMZ obtained documents that the couple was legally married months before the series began filming season 1. So despite already being legally married, the first season includes a scene in which Romain, a French model, proposes to his wife, Mary. Does news like this upset you, Courtney? Or do you know enough about reality TV?
Alex, now, just to give y'all the clue in, I finally watched the show because these people keep finding their way on the docket. Now, I'm not surprised at this at all. The show is produced by Adam DeVello, who produced The Hills. So, of course, most of it is not going to be real. I didn't realize that before watching, though. The show is called Selling Sunset, but I look at it as Real Estate The Hills. Everything about the show is very The Hills-esque. The lower thirds, The Hills. The music, The Hills. The characters, The Hills. Everything is very much The Hills. I can't believe I'm alive. Well, thank God I'm alive long enough to literally sit here and watch something and be like, but wait, this is just when I was 16. You know what I mean? It's very much that. And people online are like, oh my God, Selling Sunset is the best I've ever. Lauren Conrad could never. I'm like, Lauren Conrad walked so that Chrishell could run? Like, y'all don't. Am I like grandpa now? I feel like I'm grandpa now. I watched that and I said, wow, I'm actually a grandpa because I can't believe that this is just something that is very much the same as this. I'm not surprised, just to not go on and on. I'm not surprised at all. Of course, it's set up. It's a reality show. It's definitely one produced by the DeVello. So it's going to be, some of it's going to be real. Some of it is going to be staged. The point is that y'all love it and y'all enjoy it and it gives y'all good drama. And I went past the little Oppenheim place this weekend, girl. I said, oh, well, look at that. I forget I live here. Look at that.
It's so little when you pass by it. It's like right on Sunset Boulevard, Sunset Plaza to be exact is the area where it is. But I know, I hear you. I love that he's the producer on it and probably, is really why the show has been so successful because of the way they've scripted things. And this is nothing new for reality TV. I can understand why fans that still believe it's true may be a little upset they were kind of frauded out of the real proposal and the real wedding. But this isn't new for Selling Sunset either, because I think I saw something on TikTok where a girl was showing a clip from the series where they're like, oh, I don't know if the owner's here. Let me call her. And then it's the actual girl's house. And she pans around and she's like, and the owner was there and they didn't call me. Like, just showing that they stage houses, that they film in. And, $1 Million Listing does the same thing on Bravo. Like, this is not new. So this doesn't shock me.
Can I give y'all some extra reality tea that won't get me in legal trouble?
Yes.
So if y'all remember the short-lived Abby TV show. It came on E, for those of y'all that remember, like a couple years back. There was a show. All the gays here, well, not all the gays, some of the gays go to the Abbey. I feel like that's where, when your girlfriend flies in, you're like, oh, I want to go to a gay club. You bring her to the Abbey and wear her out, and then you go where you really want to go. So they did a TV show at the Abbey. They had some of the people that worked at the Abbey, Alex, right? Like, I watched the show and I went, oh, I recognize these people. Then I had a friend that got hired at the Abbey. And then he told me that, like, the star of the show, like the girl that was like leading the show, never worked there ever. They like hired an actress to come in and be all doughy-eyed. I'm from a small town and I'm going to work at the Abbey. And they fed us the whole entire story. And she was promptly canceled. Can't touch Vanderpump Rules, I guess. So everything is not always what you see, especially when it comes to reality TV.
100%. They do that a lot. I know some of, even speaking of Vanderpump, some of them, like, well, for one, Kristen doesn't work there anymore. So if you are into Vanderpump Rules, you know, she's still part of the cast, even though she doesn't actually work at the restaurant. So it is what it is. Just know that when you watch reality, it's not always the reality, but still entertaining. And that's why we watch it. We watch it for the drama. We watch it for the fun. And I'll still watch, whether it's true or not, because it's fun. But it is time in the show for another reality family, one of our favorites that we talk about every single day. Courtney, it's about that time, so why don't you take it away for our Car Jenner tea time?
If you guys are all ready for all of the tea from behind the Car Jenner gate, be sure to turn your volumes down for Car Jenner tea time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself.
Yes. Okay. So first up, we are kicking it off with some Kim and Kanye and family news. So Kim and Kanye are still spending time together while they work on their marriage. So Kim posted several pics of the two of them over the weekend. One of Kim paddleboarding, you see here with North, and then another one with Courtney, Kanye, and Harry Hudson. She captioned it simply with the surfing emoji, the first photo you saw, and Rob commented on it with the arm workout emojis and blue hearts. This picture came just days after Kanye posted a video of him and Kim kissing, which we spoke about on the show before. Do you think this is their way of saying everything's okay? Do you think it's too much? Or are you just like, this makes sense?
I think it's a picture that shows, like, solidarity. Like, we're not against Kanye. Doesn't mean that things are, like, all copacetic, but we're not enemies, which I think is what the public mostly cares about. Now, if it was Kim and Kanye are getting a divorce picture, now, girl, that's the news, girl. Now, that's the OMT. But Kim and Kanye just in a picture, I mean, cute. Good for them. I'm glad there's no drama, and we haven't seen any more Yeezy 2020 anything, or at least I haven't, girl. I've been asleep.
Right. I feel like this just, kind of reiterates what we've been saying. Definitely working on their in a much better I'm happy for them getting some family time together, out being active and just kind of, making memories as they should during this time. At the end of the day, I feel badly for a lot of the children, during this summer, so to speak. These are some of like my best memories growing up. So I feel that it's great that they're continuing to still, build memories for North and the family during this time. So I'm happy for them.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, exactly. But speaking of Courtney, who was hanging out with them, listen to this. So on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Courtney is speaking out about Scott's rehab leak. So we saw some of it in the newest trailer. Courtney had a conversation with Kim, and Kim says, I heard that Scott went to rehab by seeing it online, and it looks like someone at the facility leaked a photo of him, and I feel really bad for him. Courtney tells her that Scott has never been more betrayed in his life. She said, it's really so awful. They leaked his actual conversation with the therapist. He's only been just him and the therapist. He's packing and he's definitely coming home. He's really upset, especially since he was actually going to work on himself and his traumas. So this is obviously, in my opinion, very devastating. I know that it's no secret Scott has had struggles with addictions and a lot of the trauma in his life, and especially during quarantine, I know that that has heightened a lot of people's struggles. So I just feel so badly that he went to seek help. You know, rehab should be a safe place for someone seeking out help, and in turn, he was betrayed like that. I think this is horrible, and I hate that this happened to him. How do you feel about this, Courtney?
It's definitely awful. I'm curious to know if we will see Sofia in any of this. I'm very curious to know what part she played in this in terms of like where she was or what she was doing. It very much is awful that his information was leaked in that way, because just to sit down and speak with a therapist and stuff like that, you have to be so vulnerable. So
Yeah.
imagine finally getting to a place where you want to break those walls down and you're betrayed. So it would make you never want to trust anyone ever again. I feel awful for Scott. One, that it happened, and two, that he has to see it play out on TV, like I had said. And just to let y'all know, back then I said, if it plays out on the show, then I'm going to raise my eyebrow at Chris and the family. And that's all I'm going to say, is that as we can see, Courtney is sticking up for Scott after the rehab leak, because somehow it's made its way onto the show right after Scott and Sofia have broken up. We have this information. To me, it just kind of comes off as speculation, not confirmation. Sofia was unsuccessful in getting Scott to move away from the family and kick it with her. That's how it comes off to me, Alex, just based off of things I've said in the past. I thought it would be very this something so personal, something potentially life-threatening. You get what I'm saying? Addiction is very, very tricky. Fine line between life and death when it comes to addiction. So I wonder why the family decided that this was so appropriate to have on the show amongst everything else. Especially since we know that, well, I guess the fans would say, well, he's been addicted on the show before. I'm sure that's what they'll say.
Right.
Doesn't make it right.
Yeah, no, it's very, very heartbreaking that this happened. But it'll be interesting to see how it does play out on the show, whether they, because a lot of people are alleging that someone in the family did it, and other people are saying someone at the rehab did it. Some people think Sofia had something to do with it. There are a lot of questions around what actually happened or who actually leaked it. But in general, it takes a lot of courage for anyone to, go to rehab and seek help. And so this whole thing, just breaks my heart that this happened, because this is awful. No matter what,
before we start, can I just take 2 seconds?
Yeah.
How do I want to say this? I think, actually, let's move on to the OMT.
All right, let's move on, because it's about that time in the show. It's the convo and the headline you've all been waiting for. Justin and Hailey once again had us saying OMT. So listen to this. Hailey Bieber has made it clear that she and her husband, Justin, won't be welcoming a new addition anytime soon. However, both Justin and Hailey looked very comfortable holding their niece, Iris, who is the daughter of Hailey's older sister, Aliyah Baldwin, this past weekend. Justin wrote in his post, "My baby niece, Iris. Scroll through and witness the most squishy, cute gumdrop ever. Love you, Aliyah Baldwin and Andre Warreno. She's so precious." The photos inspired plenty of baby talk among his 145 million Instagram followers, including The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, saying, "This image pretty much seals the deal. Fully expect you and H to have a baby in 2021 with a wink emoji and a pound." So I know we've spoken about them having children on the show before, and like we've said, it's really their choice. We both think they need a little bit more time in life to, get their feet on the ground. But what do you think, Courtney? Do you like that The Rock chimed in?
I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Shout out to him. I just don't think that Justin and Hailey need to be having children anytime soon. Truthfully, I just feel like, and feel how you would like to feel about the Biebers. I just feel like they need a couple more moments in the oven cooking. They're very much an undercooked cookie to me, all soft and raw in the middle, and they need to be a fully formed golden brown confection. So
I know.
Do you think that they need to be having babies and bundles of joys?
No, I think that they, should have the time. I think that anyone that gets married should have some time and enjoy their marriage before they bring, another kind of factor and life into. Well, I don't think, I think that a child just brings more happiness and love into the family. And I agree with that. I just think that you need time with each other for a little bit. And they're still so young and they have a lot to learn about each other. So no, I don't think necessarily they should be having children just yet, but I think they can practice with their niece if they want. Do a little babysitting.
Yeah. Justin looked cute with the little baby. He looks great, especially with the idea in the back of my head that he's giving that baby back and he's going right back up to the boudoir. Exactly. Or not up to the boudoir, he gets on the bus, right? He on the bus. He on the bus with Hailey, right? The road trip. They on tour. The Lovers tour. Meet the Biebers tour. Oh my God. See, what's funny, Alex? He did a mall tour. If Corona wasn't around, girl, remember when NSYNC and the boys used to do the mall tour? Yes. Old Navy fleece with the pants. The Biebers need to do the mall tour and show up at Mall of America. Come and meet the Biebers. Now that's something that the reality TV show producers need to be doing. Why y'all didn't send Justin and Hailey on the bus and watch the boys and girls of the world chase the bus cross country? That's what y'all should have did. Whew, don't let me ever become a reality TV show producer, girl, because we gonna run it, girl. We gonna get several bags, period.
Wait, Courtney, that's a great idea. Once, quarantine is or stay at home is released and we can, go to malls and do that again, hopefully one day, that would be a great time to kind of because I think people would be scared to go back into closed malls and all of that. That would be a great time. Bring the Biebers in, they'll bring customers. Right?
Yeah. And if we can't be indoors, we can have it at the outdoor outlet mall, girl. And I know all about them because I used to work at them. So, girl, we have it right outside, girl. Open air, girl. Put your mask on. No problem. Get your girl.
Oh, my gosh. You guys in the chat are getting very sassy about Justin and Hailey. And what's going on? They're having fun. But at the end of the day, I think that it's funny that The Rock chimed in. Because, The Rock, he doesn't get involved in the drama.
No, I guess he probably don't even know it's drama. I bet you any amount of money. Right. He probably just thought, they all think that the celebrities, you go on Justin's page, it'd be like 25 celebrities commenting on Justin's pictures all the time. So at least relationships.
Right, exactly. No, I agree. Maybe I don't know. What time? Maybe 5 years? If you were going to give a timing on them, what do you think?
Between 3 to 5 years, I would think. Yeah. I want to see Justin really reach a different kind of level in terms of media position and his career as a musician before he does the whole Justin Timberlake family man thing. It's not that time yet. When Justin did it, I felt like it was like time, even though he did what he did. We ain't forget. I feel like Justin has to reach his man in the woods moment. He hasn't even had his sexy back. Where's the comeback record? That's really the comeback record because Changes wasn't it. Right. We need Justin Bieber's sexy back moment. He didn't have that to me yet. Yeah. All the rest of that in the phase. That might have been that to me. That might as well have been NSYNC. We need Justin to grow up a little bit more and then give us that project. That's what I'm waiting for.
Totally. We need to bring sexy back. Honestly, when Sexy Back came out, that was one of the best moments of time. He brought it back. And you're right. Justin still needs his Sexy Back moment before he can have a child. We need the music first.
Yeah. Yeah, we need that.
Exactly. Well, Karina says, Justin wants kids in marriage at 25, but he definitely needs more time before babies come in. Justin wanted kids in marriage at 25. Yeah, exactly. He definitely needs more time. But on that note, that's all the tea we have to spill for you today on this Monday morning. Hope you had so much fun. And give us a like and, double tap. Make sure you subscribe so we can bring you the tea every single morning. We will be back same time tomorrow at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time for Tequila Tuesday. Join us and have a little tequila and some tea. And of course, don't forget to check out the Celeb Bites for more celebrity news on Hollyscoop's YouTube channel that you're already on. So don't go anywhere. But until then, Courtney, if they're new here, where can they find you?
For more pop culture YouTube videos and to find me on social media, be sure to just find my name, Courtney Revolution, type it up top, my channel, and everything comes right up for you.
Amazing. And of course, you can find me all over at Alex Schiffman on all social media. And on that note, I think it's time to wash your hands a little bit, Courtney. So take us out.
You got it. We'll see you tomorrow for Tequila Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. Just wash your hands, Miss Ma'am. Just wash your hands.